that has been coming down. Many areas picking up between 1 and 3 inches, even some spots up to 4 inches of rain, with more of that rain possible in parts of Cobb and Fulton County right here, right on the line. We've had reports of about 20 homes flooded in the Coopers Creek area, where officials have had to go in and rescue some people, and even some entrapments are involved there. We have crews on the way to that scene to see what is happening there, but we just want to let you know, with this rain that's been coming down, even though it's letting up, we're still getting some rising water with a flash flood warning in effect, and the National Weather Service has increased that threat to considerable flooding is possible in those areas. We're monitoring this for you. We'll keep watching it. We'll have more for you throughout the evening here on 11 Alive and 11alive.com. Meteorologist Chris Holcomb from the 11 Alive Storm Trackers, the 11 Alive Weather Impact Team. We have been watching these storms that have been moving through, that have been dumping a lot of rain, and that has prompted not only flash flood warnings for many areas, but the National Weather Service has increased the threat level of these flash flood warnings to what they call considerable damage possible. Let me show you what we're watching right now. You can see behind me here, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit tighter. You can see the green area behind me that is in the polygon here. I'll put this into live mode so you can kind of get a look at what we're watching here. This polygon that you see right here that stretches from Cobb County into east central Fulton County on up into areas of North DeKalb and also northern Gwinnett County. This is where we've had a lot of rain that has fallen here through the day, and we were talking tonight at 6 o'clock how that rain was really heavy and it wasn't really moving anywhere very quickly. So that means we had a lot of water that was kind of showing up there and piling up in creeks and streams and also into flood-prone areas. Now, what we've got going on here right now is we have reports in parts of areas near Cobb County at Coopers Creek Circle, which is near the line here at Fulton County, where we have had some rescues that had to take place there at Coopers Creek Circle off of the east-west connector. There were multiple rescues that took place there from flooded homes. They were reporting entrapments with that earlier with some of the heavy rain that was coming through there, and in these low-lying areas and flood-prone areas and near creeks and streams, that water was rising. So when the National Weather Service increases the flood warning threat to considerable, that is a higher level of a flood warning that has been issued here for those areas. It does include parts of South Cobb County, as we mentioned earlier, into the western portions of Fulton County as well, west central Fulton County and east central Fulton County, and then the northern parts of Gwinnett County and North DeKalb County included in this flash flood warning that again has been tagged as considerable damage possible and considerable threats there possible with that. Here's a look at some of the rain totals. Our Doppler radar can estimate how much rain has fallen, and I want you to focus on these areas. Number one, the blue color indicates rainfall amounts between 1 and 2 inches. Once you get up into the purple colors, it's between 1.5 and 2.5. And then when you see the red colors there, those are some of the pockets where we have some rainfall amounts and rainfall estimates that are between 3 and 4 inches. And some of that extends up into Gwinnett County as well, there along the I-85 and 985 corridor, as well as this part of 85 that takes you up toward the Mall of Georgia and up toward the Brazelton area there. And Hamilton Mill Road, excuse me, that's where we've had some significant rain that has fallen there. And that's where we have these flash flood warnings in effect. Let me show you some of these rain totals. This one there on the north end of the perimeter is showing about 4.2 inches for this part right here near Sandy Springs. We also have those rainfall totals that are impressive there in Gwinnett County, almost 4 inches there, and near the Mall of Georgia between 2 and 3 inches of rain that has fallen there as well. I want to show you here, I'm going to put this on our tower cams. I want to show you some of the tower cams that we have that we're watching where we have this rain that has been coming through. This tower cam shows, and it looks like things are beginning to move a little bit now, part of those distributor lanes that are part of that entire interchange there at 285 and Georgia 400. One of those was flooded earlier, going from Georgia 400 eastbound to 285, I believe is the one that it was. It had closed down that part of that distributor lane because of flooding on the roadway. But now it looks like they may have had that water recede. I'm seeing traffic move there a little bit better now as well. Also, the Braves game has been delayed. I've not gotten an update lately here on the Braves game, whether or not I saw that they took the tarp off the field. I'm going to show you the tower cam here in just a second. It'll be coming up here in just a second, where we can show you what's happening at the Braves game. There was a delay, but there actually is a little bit more rain coming in from the west for the Braves game. So we'll be able to see that camera that's going to pop up here in just a second here online, as we are on here with you at 11 Alive Plus and online. And there you can see how they were starting to tape the tarp off the field a little while ago, but it may have been just because they were trying to get a lot of that water off of it. But the tarp is still on the field. They are in a delay. We're waiting to see whether or not any of this rain is going to subside. And let me go back to radar, and you can see here what we're watching with those rain showers here in those areas. There's another surge about to move in to Truist Park. That's right over here into areas of western Cobb County. So that still has to move into Truist. And there's more rain here on the south side as well over the airport. And then there's going to be additional surges that are coming in too. So the main threats that we're watching with this right now are these pockets of heavy rain. We were seeing some lightning with this a little bit earlier, but not as much lightning with this as what we had a little bit earlier here. So the lightning count is coming down, but take a look at this. This is a 2-hour loop, and you can see how, number one, if you were watching us at 4, 5, and 6 o'clock, this area of the I-85 corridor was just covered up with that heavy rain, and it wasn't really moving that much at all. Finally, that heavy rain has let up some there along and just north of the I-85 corridor. But you see it was training back here into parts of North Fulton County and East Central Fulton County. And then we have another band that's coming in on the west side of 285, also here to the south side. I'm going to take a look at that airport camera in just a moment here. And then even more rain back into Alabama that's going to keep pushing into our area tonight. So we're going to continue with these off and on showers. And at times, that rain could be heavy at times with those showers and storms that are rolling on through. I want to just get an update here. We continue the flash flood warning for DeKalb, Fulton, Gwinnett. They're still calling it the damage threat, a considerable threat there, where we have thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Between 2 and 3.5 inches of rain have fallen. Additional rainfall amounts of 1 to 2 inches are still possible in those areas. So we already have rising water in creeks and streams and also in those low-lying flood-prone areas. And additional rain is going to continue to be coming in here. So that's what we are watching here with these storms that are rolling on through. I want to check another thing here. We were getting some reports. Let's see here. Yeah, the same one off of Cooper's Creek Circle off of the east-west connector. With about 20 homes that had flooding there. So those are the last reports that we've gotten of any confirmation of flooding. We also had the issues here, of course, at Truist Park, where we have the Braves game that is in a delay right now. I want to show you the airport. I'm going to click to that here in just a second as we see another band of rain that is moving through the airport right now. When I show you this, I'm also going to show you the delays that's going to come up here on the screen, showing about 30-minute delays right now at Hartsfield-Jackson. And what you can see here is, of course, the runways and taxiways are wet. It's a little bit darker here to the south and west of the actual airport, the runways and taxiways there. That next wave of rain is going to move in. So I expect that these delays may come up a little bit. And when you see these delays, these are the weather delays, not the delays in association with all the stuff that's still going on with the cyber issue that we had last week, that we're still having some of those issues with some flights. So definitely make sure you check your flight before you go to the airport, number one, for those type of delays. But now we're adding on some weather delays on top of that. So a lot to watch here with this weather that continues to move through our area during the rest of the evening hours tonight. We'll have more of these off and on showers that'll continue moving on through. I'm going to check really quick the DOT site and see if we have any additional areas of flooding or concerns that we need to let you know about right now, because we did have that one there on the north side. Right at 285 and 400, and it looks like that has gotten a little bit better. We're not seeing anything else showing up here on that map. So aside from rising water, very heavy rain, and now that rain is shifting here on the south side, still with that heavy rain that's moving through. We hope that that won't be enough to actually trigger any additional flash flood warnings, but we just wanted to break in here and let you know here at 11alive.com and 11 Alive Plus that we are watching these showers with heavy rain. They did initiate these flash flood warnings, and then it was upgraded to considerable threats for those warnings. Now, even though that heavier rain has moved out of the warning area, we could still have some creeks and streams that are going to be rising out there due to the runoff that runs down into those low-lying areas. And of course, we're watching these additional rain showers coming in out of Alabama. So we'll have more for you throughout the evening, and of course, full reports tonight at 11 on 11 Alive News, where we have teams that are going to these areas. We'll have live reports for you then.